second. Why are you? Who we got on? I can get that boy to work. If not, we'll just rock and roll. We'll rock and roll with it. What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
The absolute craziest thing happened. It's like I was pushing these buttons and nothing was happening, and then when I refreshed, it was like we were live. It was something. The music was playing.
Perfect.
It was crazy.
Just how you drew it up.
Dude, it's how I meant to do it. Welcome everybody. If you are new to this channel and or this call, VIP After Hours, we take, I don't know, it'd probably be pretty short today, but we take a few and we talk about the week. Our personal trading, we talk about, I don't know, man, all the stuff. All the stuff. Ain't that right?
All the stuff.
All the stuff. What are you doing over there?
Always.
Are you trying to trade or something? What are you doing?
No, I'm trying to get the link into the Facebook group.
Already did it? Oh, no, maybe I didn't. Cool. Well, guys, market is interesting right now. We've been talking about this a lot on the calls, but the market's interesting. We've got scenarios where this is normally the last Friday for institutions. Normally on Monday, on the 15th, they normally have taken off for the year. That will often extend into January, like the second week, the 15th. So it's a little bit of an interesting market. With that being said, we do, at least as of today, we still have really good volume. It's I dare say predictable, but it's been a little bit predictable. It's been a little bit kind of just bouncing in between some really specific ranges that we see them in eat. I think Nate sees them on tap. Like these are, again, not predictable trades, but like there is a very logical, pretty decent volume for it being almost the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
On my side, personally, did good. Did a couple grand this week. Really good runners. I mean, I think you walked in earlier today, Josh. Had a runner that was 500 ticks.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been happy with all of that. You know, how about you guys?
Pretty good week, man. Got one of our newer ecosystems up and running for me. One of our BG10 accounts for myself. I've done about 65% on that this week so far. So very good week there. And coming up on about 5K in props this week.
Nice. Love to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, you blew every account this week, didn't you, Nate?
Had to start completely over. Now, I did take some losses in the middle of the week. Specifically, to me, it's like FOMC day and rates day is like one of the hardest days to trade.
Oh, yeah.
So took some losses that day and then just stayed out of the market the rest of the time. But I'm still ending up just shy of about 2,500 this week.
Nice. It's kind of nice when your shitty weeks are pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I was up, like I was closer to like 4 and just took some losses along the way. So,
yeah.
But still ending good.
Dare you have losses. Then on the algorithm side, I mean, we're up. I don't know. We just had what a $200+ trade on one of them, 229 on one of them.
Yep.
This is up about 150 for the day, almost 400 for the week. Yeah, man. Like, just things are bumping. Things are still moving, which is cool.
Yeah, we think we were just talking about it with that automation specifically. We're coming up on close to probably about 200%. since inception or since launch, I guess, for these folks
per micro.
per micro.
So that's kind of the crazy thing here is with how we have this set up. Smaller accounts going to take a smaller size, but I mean, if you've got a $2,500 account, like you're now able to do multiple contracts. So anything that we're saying, like you would double that if you're doing 2 contracts. So like last month was several $1,000s, for people. You said it a minute ago, like you're up almost 100% on an account. Like
Mm-hmm.
these are bumping. We figured out too that you guys can buy instant funded accounts, right?
Right.
So if you can abide by their consistency in their drawdown, it's exactly what Josh is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're buying for pretty cheap, dude, like $150 or like whatever. You're buying like instant funded accounts, and you're just connecting them straight over to the ecosystem.
Oh yeah, stacking as many of those up as I possibly can. It's not going to be a weekly payout by any means, most likely just for consistency rules, but every other week or even once a month. I mean, this week alone with the props that I have connected to automation, it's right at 2,500. So pretty good week.
Heck yeah! Somebody just said they were down 60% on Nvidia. It's crazy, man. That's crazy. What you trading Nvidia for? Come over to the dark side. You need to trade. You got to be an American. Americans trade America, Nasdaq into S&P 500. Is Nvidia even like a U.S. company? Everyone works in China.
Something like that.
I'm just joking. Sorry to hear that though, man. That's no fun.
Korean.
It's worse. Cool. Well, yeah, like we normally go into a bunch of topics. Today's been slammed. We've been on calls since we got in here. So we'll talk a little bit about maybe what we're excited about coming up. But if you guys watching have any questions, it looks like there's like maybe 11 people live. If you have any questions for us, myself, Nate, Josh, now's the time. Ask your question now. It can be about anything. It can be about props, algorithms, generating wealth, business. Now is your time. This won't be a super, super long call here this morning.
Anything.
What's that?
I said anything.
Anything. Boxers or briefs?
Is that an actual question?
No.
I don't see the chat today.
Nate, the people want to know. Yeah, no, it's in the chat. Nate, people are asking if boxers or briefs.
Definitely. I'm gonna go briefs.
Leopard thong.
What about
more of a banana hammock kind of guy?
What do you need boxers for? Exactly. What do you even need underwear for, bro?
With that being said, ask any question other than that. That's already been answered, so you guys don't have to ask that question anymore.
Who was that? Was that Kirby?
It was Kirby. No, it was Maddie.
I knew it.
Come on, Maddie.
This man is a propaganda machine.
Oh yeah. So while we're waiting for some questions, we did have a challenge roll through this week. Jordan, you want to break down what that looked like?
Nope.
Cool.
Yeah, no. We just finished a 5-day challenge with, I think there was just over 100 people that registered. It was good, man. We had a 5 for 5 week. We just won every trade. It's not always like that, but it's fun when that happens. We're kind of seeing like a blowout week. I don't know, like maybe like once every 4 or 5. It's kind of about that how we're tracking, because we had one not too long ago either, like 3 weeks ago. So it's cool when that happens, and it's really nice to get ahead on accounts and whatnot. But yeah, the challenge people got to kind of experience what it is like to work with us and trade with us on a daily basis. It looks like a bunch of people are going to continue with us, so we're stoked about that.
Hell yeah.
And then we got one more. It's not a 5-day challenge. We have one final opportunity, just in case anybody that's watching is not a member. There's one final opportunity for the year on the 17th. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be doing a workshop, hour and a half long workshop, really taking you guys through the process of how to become profitable and successful. So good opportunity. If you're not a part of the community or if you're not familiar with how we trade, great opportunity. Some questions for you, gentlemen. I will, I'll go left to right. Somebody said that dropping options trading, this is way better in my experience. There you go. Nate, specific prop company that you would recommend. Who's your favorite right now?
Well, I think everybody knows. What was that, Josh? I think everybody knows that I am a
Take profit trader.
take profit trader. Now, take profit trader, they'll just pull your accounts without without you knowing, and then screw you.
Yeah. If you make them mad, yeah. The problem is you've been making them mad, dude.
I am the biggest fan of Top Step. And now, it used to be Top Step was one of the more expensive ones. Now there's a one path flat $89 for combines. And yeah, I've been the biggest fan of them because I like Top Step X, which I know is part of Alpha X.
You harvesting something? What are you talking about combines for?
Combines.
He's a harvester.
I enjoy Top Step because they just have, in terms of like rules, some of the most relaxed rules. No trailing, no like active trailing drawdown. It's just end of day drawdown. And there's consistency rule on the combine, which is just 2 days, 2 days consistency. But then after that, so to me, besides the 5-day payout, it's one of the closest things that you're going to get to a live account.
And
then there's a very direct path to live. There's a very direct path to a live account, which that's kind of what we want. Any already past account companies you recommend?
I'm asking the questions. I'm asking the questions.
My bad.
Just in response to Top Step, I think we're going to see. I think 2026 is going to be an interesting time because Top Step used to be exclusive with Project X, and Project X is now everywhere. So what used to be, in my opinion, really cool about Top Step, like now that it's open to everybody.
No, that's going away.
That's not true.
It is true. Starting in January, all props that use Project X they're going to stop using Project X. Top Step now has the exclusive rights. So like there's a prop firm called Alpha Trader. They just got rid of their Project X. So I don't think there can be any new accounts created on Project X.
Well, that might change my tune of my fiddle then.
Yeah.
Well, but
now they have exclusive rights.
But what's interesting though is like Tradeovate and Ninja just came out with Tradeovate prop and Ninja prop, which are exclusively on Project X or whatever it was called. So I wonder if they're nixing that because that's coming out in like January.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a separate kind of deal, since
could be
technically Ninja and Tradeovate are brokers. So maybe it's a different kind of deal because they're not technically a prop firm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the latest news on the street is that everybody that's using Project X, they're getting taken off because Top Step has the exclusive rights, and that's another big benefit to Top Step, in my opinion, is Project X. I think they're the most dialed when it comes to that.
Big boy dollars to get exclusivity with these people. So if that is the case, then shout out to them because I like Project X. I like that platform a lot. Top Step, whatever. But the actual the platform behind it, I'm a big fan of. I really like right now Top One futures. They're fairly affordable, instant funded. Like I've been a big fan of that. I've been trading with those guys for a couple of weeks. I still have stuff on like Tradeovate and whatnot, but been good.
I think
Josh,
we have
you
to
guys-
distinguish too that there's props that are good for people that are getting started, and then there's props for people that are good, that have been trading for a while. So like if you have been trading for a while, something instant and your strategy's dialed in, something that's instant funded is probably going to work really well. Versus if you want to spend less money, maybe because TopStep has two options to funding. You can spend just $50 on a combine, and then 129 to activate it. But if you're not super dialed in and you're just starting to learn, going a cheaper route, even if there is an activation,
Yep.
will likely yield better in the long run.
While we're on that Top Step, this is a Nate question. The Top Step king, the lover of Top Step, your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Is it true? I think I know the answer. I think I know the answer to this, but is it true that you cannot trade on Top Step between 6 and 7 p.m.?
Correct. Wait, no, that's not true. I thought. Do you mean like if you mean like 4 and 5 p.m. EST? Yes, that's true. But no, the Asia market opens, or like technically pre-market Asia opens at 6. So yes, you can trade between 6 and 7.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone would, but you can.
Unless you're an EAT.
I know why some people would.
And we almost always win that trade, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, I guess if you have a strategy that is specifically for that time frame.
If not, there's just no volume. There's
between
no volume.
4 and 5 p.m. EST. I think they close off at 4:10. That's technically when New York closes. But yeah, you can't trade between like 4:10 and 5 p.m. EST.
My guess is CR Namae is, I think I said it in Discord as well. My guess is they were thinking Central Time, right?
Yeah.
So they probably meant between 5 and 6 Central. No, I'm sorry, they were probably thinking Central Time. Eastern Standard Time at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, everything's open. I have noticed, though, on Top Step and or just Project X in general, you do need to refresh at like 6 or 6:01, or it won't like register that the time has changed. Josh, who are you using, or who's your recommendation for props?
Depends on what you're trying to do, honestly. For manual trading, I'm still TPT and Alpha for the most part. And for the automation right now, I've just been loading up the top one accounts. They're instant, I think it was like 170 to get those. Which, as a newer trader, if you're going to manually trade it, unless you're really disciplined, the consistency rule is going to kick your butt. You're probably not going to get a payout on that type of account. If you're just letting an automation run for you and it's black and white, it's going to get a certain amount per day. You're probably going to be good.
I think, I agree.
I have multiple prop firms that I run.
Same. Yeah, I rotate through them. I mean, like if I'm just messing around, and I think there's something to be said about that. I think at some point as a trader, you should blow off some steam, go to a non-important account or like a demo account or whatever you want to do. You guys did this a couple weeks ago. You went like 100 minis. I think there's something to be said about that. So I have accounts that specifically I don't give a shit about. It's like I don't care, and I'll just like do stuff for fun. Like my ADD brain like needs to do something. Even if I'm working on something else, it's just how I work. It's like I'll do like top one just for like scalping, and like there's no rhyme or reason. It's just whatever the H. I don't know why I said H, but it's funny the swear words they say and don't say. Like the ones that like aren't bad, I'm like, wait, what the H? But like the ones that are bad, I just say them. That makes no sense at all. But yeah. Somebody was asking, I think it was an options question. Would it be smart to sell for a loss or wait it out? Still got 3 weeks to expiration. I don't know. I'd have to look at the NVIDIA chart, see where you got in. Like, I just don't know. I would really look at it before you make any sort of a decision, though. Already past accounts. Top one. Still.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I've been picking up a few instant funded,
Yeah.
Tradeify. There's a ton of deals on instant funded accounts right now with the holidays. But again, you just got to be vigilant, pay attention to what you're getting, and make sure that it's in alignment with the strategy that you're trading. if you have a 15% consistency rule on some of these props, you have to be very disciplined in what you're doing on a day-to-day basis.
100%. I'm going to answer this question, and I want to go back and throw an idea out there. 6 to 7 Eastern, I was trying to. It could have been a fluke, maybe like Top Step and or Project X. Maybe there was some sort of a glitch, but for sure with Top Step you can trade at 6.
Yeah, 6 o'clock normally. But yeah, there might have been an outage or maintenance.
And then Lee B333. When we're talking about automations, we're talking about our automations in BG10. So if that's something that you don't have and you want to discuss it, there's a phone number right here. 330-422-4737. Shoot us a text message. We can jump on a call with you if need be. But when we're talking about, hey, we bought something, we threw it on an automation, that's what we're talking about is our automations. I'm curious about this, guys. With the ecosystem that we've been kind of building out here, BG10 and whatnot, we've got 4 different accounts, algorithms, whatnot. But it is technically Forex, even though we're trading NASDAQ. I think we might get to a point in the next 90 days where it could potentially make more sense for somebody to not buy a prop and just put that cash in an account. So what I mean by that is, let's just say that the average person blows 5 accounts, 5 props. It's probably more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking at, I don't know, $700, $800, $1,000. Well, with the broker, you'd be trading with 10 grand, right? Even if you're manually trading, Josh, you'd be trading with 10 grand.
Yeah.
So I think for some people, potentially, it could make sense for them to maybe pivot at some point, because I know people that are failing multiple props a week. Not necessarily in our community, but that's normal for people to do that. It's normal for people to have to pay $100 to reset it, pay another $100. Well, now you're in the doggone thing $500 and you've never even made a profit. Versus, you could technically fund a 10x account, put $500 in there and trade with $5,000 of actual quote unquote cash. You can take smaller positions, so that you don't blow it. It wouldn't surprise me if that became a thing. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, especially for newer traders or people that are right on the verge of being able to afford an automation or a couple of props. I would recommend doing something that is out of your control, where some pros could be handling it for you, where there's a lot higher likelihood of a return, and then just use some of the income that you have there to fund a prop. But don't lose that on the front end, and then you're just out of luck. It's kind of the same thought process with the gold bank.
So I want to give you guys an example here. Today, we made, call it 250. It was more than that, but let's just 250 is a pretty normal number for the EAT trade if we're just doing 4 or 5 contracts. At the end of the day, that 250 turns into $2,500 because you can 10x it. So now you're trading the next day with $2,500 more in tradable capital versus, so I don't know, Nate, what do you think? But I could see that becoming a thing in the next 90 days where people are very well risk adjusted, trading, just using their cash instead of a prop, just to trade something that you make 10x on your money. It's kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree that, after a certain point, you can spend 20 grand on props. That's really not a hard thing to do. It's really easy. And so it does get to potentially a certain point where, potentially, it just makes more sense just to go direct, especially when you're dealing with automation. It's why we recommend people start with props is that if you just starting out, there's so many things that you have to work through, that props just create a very low barrier or a very low barrier to entry that creates very low risk. Versus like if you're gonna throw in, like I'll be like honestly, I started with 2,500 of my own money, thinking I could do it.
Yeah.
And obviously that and this was, I think, really before we knew a lot about props at the time.
What happened to that money, Nate?
What's up?
What happened to that money?
Oh, it was given back.
Always she gone. She gone. Yeah, so I mean, like, so
she's out in the wind.
So the difference here would be you got $2,500. You're trading with 25,000. You still got to have risk in place. You still got to be smart, like, etc. You could blow it just like you could blow a prop, but in the same breath, it can kind of compound differently.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think people trade differently when it's like their own cash. For some reason, people think, oh, this is a prop firm. It's not my own cash. You got to buy it. Like you did have to buy it. You did put in $100 or 150, and you're probably going to blow it. So you are going to be putting in more money, $100 to reset it or whatever it might be. Like, I mean, like on the last live account that I blew because I got into a trade and then got on a call and forgot about it. It was $600 to redo, right? It was on Take Profit Trader. It was $600 for me to reset it. Well, now that one account between the 600 and between like what it cost for me to get it, it's now $1,000 gig versus me taking that $1,000 and trading with it myself. I'd be trading with $10,000. And if I make 100, I'm adding $1,000 back into it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
I don't get the argument between it's not your, it's like, the prop account is not your money. Like it's just not, but you're spending $50 for $2,000 in drawdown, and you can pretty quickly make that $50 back, in like 2 weeks or so. So it's not, but if you're spending $50 to throw 2,000 at the wind potentially versus your own. So don't complain.
I'm the only one that's gonna be blowing my own money, doggone it. If I'm gonna be losing money, I'm gonna do it by my own damn accord.
Yeah, just be thankful that you're in the time of prop firms now where they're like more legit. Like there was a time where prop firms were very sketch, and they were very high risk. But now you have some semblance of confidence in prop firms now, whereas 3-4 years ago they were very it was like a dark market kind of thing.
Well, in futures 3 or 4 years ago, it barely existed.
Yeah.
Right. Forex has kind of been around for a while, and because it's unregulated, to your point, man, like it was really sketchy, and you had people essentially running Ponzi schemes. Well, with futures specifically, like they have to be regulated. They are regulated. The brokers regulating them, like the FDIC or whatever it is, like they're all getting regulated. Which, man, that just wasn't the case years ago.
Yeah.
Josh, what are you excited about for next week?
I think working with our newer folks. We talked about it a little bit earlier. We've got some 5-day challenge people that are moving forward with us. So next week we really get to start diving into a deeper level of trading with them. Maybe bring up a little bit more advanced tactic with them as well. Yeah. So the one thing that I'm cautious about, which you talked about this earlier as well, we won every trade this week with the challenge people. Previously, when that's happened, that first losing trade comes around and then, oh, it's a scam or trading's not for me, anything and everything, whatever excuse it is comes up when that first loser happens. So really want to dive deep with these guys on, making sure their mental's where it needs to be. They have the right expectation, and we've got some really cool tools that they're going to be able to implement coming into 2026. I'm looking forward to a lot of growth.
Ditto. And then Nate, you've got new stuff on the tap side.
You guys don't know, a lot going on the tap side.
What's the difference for anybody that just doesn't know? Like, we have EAT 5-day EAT membership, which a lot of you guys are in. And then what's the difference between that and kind of moving into tap?
Well, tap is definitely it's structured in a way to be able to be a lot more like one-on-one, a lot more personal with building our trading plan, with, you know, I mean, really building the business and ensuring that we're doing things smart. So I would say the biggest difference, and part of one of the requirements of joining TAP is I have to have access to your prop accounts. So people connect their prop accounts um, to a software that we use, TradeZella, to monitor your accounts. So we see the entries that you're taking. We see, you know, your thought processes, because you can leave notes and journal inside of TradeZella. And so that's something that I actively manage. So for the people that are in TAP, I am actively managing them, their emotions, their accounts, so I can question them on trades. And the thing is everybody in TAP knows what everybody's account. Typically on Fridays, I pull up the TradeZella and we look at the profit and loss of everybody on the week. So let me tell you, that first time, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. But it's kind of meant to be the upper room where, you know, it is small. I think there's 7 or 8 people in there now, and it was meant to kind of be that way, so that we can be, you know, more tight, and I can literally be a risk manager for the folks that are in there. Now it's still newer, we're still learning. Another aspect of TAP is to get an introduction into more advanced market topics like liquidity, like market maker models, you know, pivot points, order blocks, mitigation blocks, breaker blocks, all kinds of stuff like that, to be able to
All the blocks.
get a really clear understanding of market structure. And along with that, because essentially I'm trying to, as part of TAP, because I trade the New York section, I'm teaching people how I trade. And as part of TAP, you also get an additional indicator that we just actually are kind of beta testing right now with the group this week. And it'll be exclusive to TAP. Basically, I created an indicator that trades exactly how I trade. And so far, it's been going really solid. So I would say that's probably one of the biggest benefits. Is
I heard you
we have
guys
a
blew all your
dedicated market
accounts.
manager.
I heard
What's
you blew
up?
all your. I heard you blew all your accounts. What are you talking about, man?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. That was Josh. He's lying.
Oh,
What am I lying about? What did I do?
everything.
Uh,
Cool. Well, guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure you guys are in the Discord. There's a link to that in the description of all of the videos. Check it out. You know, we do a lot of calls. We do a lot of value-add stuff for free. If you guys aren't in it, if you want to check out the workshop that we're doing on the 17th, if you guys just go to our website, blkgldtrading.ai, you'll see it. But yeah, all in all, good week. I'm really excited for what we got going on. I'm excited for the ecosystems that we're all building together, and we're ready to rock and roll, boys.
yeah, dude.
I think we're caught up on question. So, guys, appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. It's gonna be cold as the dickens over here in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you guys. Have a great week.
All right, y'all. Bye for now.
And